Hey, this is Biscuit Amateurson, and I've been socially obligated by the pressures of fan service to host an episode of You Don't Know Jack 2015. Wait, 2015? That's so old, I can feel my flesh withering already.
And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Skin-Broidery Body Personalisation Services. Get out of here, tattoos. This isn't your grandmother's body art. This is body art with texture, stitched right into your skin.
kicking things off.
Counting past the number 2 is not my strong suit. So the other day I was looking through my old high school notes and wanted to learn more about Half-Life. So I searched it up on Google and now it thinks I'm a gamer and I can no longer count to 3. Great. Where could I bring up the term Half-Life without immediately being classified as a gamer? In a statistics class, in a biology class, in a nuclear physics class, or in a stock market crash course? Your score is about to witness a very abnormal distribution. Want to see your stocks go in the red?
Why didn't you pick this?
While also being the name of a game series by Valve, the term Half-Life refers to a nuclear physics term that refers to the amount of time for one half of a radioactive isotope to decay. So, in a nuclear physics class, I would have the best chances of being able to bring up the term Half-Life without being called a gamer. You know, that's not something I like to take any chances on. In some circles, the word gamer is considered a slur, but like, I host a video game, so that's totally different.
Say hello to...
Say my name, it's Biscuit Amateurson. So you heard me introduce myself in the intro. My name is Biscuit Amateurson, and don't ask about its origin. Anyways, you know that Destiny's Child and Korma song, Say My Name? If I were to write a parody cover of Destiny's Child and Korma's R&B song, Say My Name, about the culinary definition of a biscuit, which of these lines would be the most accurate? Let me just start off. Say my name, I'm much more of a sweet treat, maybe dunked in tea treat, oh savory's my game, crackers game, say my name, a mini cake of bread, yeah, raised with baking soda, or all of the above. No, that's Cookie. We don't talk about Cookie. Legend has it, you might find a nugget in one of these.
Oh, you're gonna kick yourself.
Americans refer to the term biscuit as a mini cake of bread, like the ones they sell out of Popeyes, while the British refer to biscuits as both the sweet flat hard cakes and the savory flat crackers, so the most accurate line would be all of them. Though, I guess I did leave out one definition, that being a snarky trivia host understudy that was born out of the need to host fan episodes of You Don't Know Jack, who, after writing this question, spent an embarrassing amount of days on end daydreaming about Beyonce.
Let's try...
How to throw off a You Don't Know Jack full stream Die Hard, and it's time for the... Ha, you thought I was gonna say dis or dat, weren't you? Get baited, full stream fans. Anyways, time for a completely unrelated question. Because they're a real dragon that you can find on Earth, which of these dragons would popular pop rock band Imagine Dragons not have to imagine? Komodo dragons, skull dragons, dragonettes, or drakes? Skull emoji! Don't let this dragon near your kids.
Next time, try this.
Skull dragons and dragonettes are both fictional dragons, and the term drake refers to both a fictional dragon and a male duck, but Komodo dragons are real physical reptiles native to Indonesia. And sure, dragons are cool and all, but get one to wear a t-shirt and it makes you think about life very differently.
Here we have...
Okay, fine, I'll do the dis or dat now. The ratings did not seem to like it when I made that joke about You Don't Know Jack full stream fans, so how about that dis or dat to calm the nerves a little? I'm gonna read off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's the title of a poem written by Oscar Wilde, or the name of an obscure social media app released after Elon Musk acquired Twitter, or X or whatever. If it's Oscar Wilde,
Press the left arrow.
if it's a post-Elon Twitter clone,
Press the right arrow. Alright, let's get started.
Mastodon, Brevinar, Ellis, Endymion, Spill, Pan, Serenade. I'd tell you to go and read a book, but I don't think you'd get very far. You seem to have the mental capacity of an average Twitter Blue subscriber. I've seen worse, but I wouldn't go bragging about your score on whatever you post things on nowadays. Oh, finally, someone with some class. Look, I'm sorry to all the You Don't Know Jack full stream fans that I upset with my remarks about the this or dat. If there's anything I can do to remedy my actions, please let me know. My popularity depends on it.
I call this one
Stargazing for a good review. So for context, I have this little device here that tells me how people are feeling about this custom episode of You Don't Know Jack 2015 in real time as it's broadcasted. On my Twitch channel, of course. This facility is too run down for any of its old broadcasting technology to work. Anyways, ever since I made that joke about You Don't Know Jack full stream fans in question 3, my ratings have been slowly going down. If I wanted to maintain a 5-star rating, what ancient constellation might inspire me to get there? The Cross/Crux, the Little Dog/Canis Minor, the Queen/Cassiopeia, or the Big Dipper? Jesus won't be saving you from this cross. Contrary to popular belief, the Big Dipper is not actually an official ancient constellation. It's actually a part of a larger constellation that goes by the name Ursa Major, or the Great Bear. That being said, the Big Dipper is actually composed of 7 stars, so in summary, you're wrong.
one right answer coming up.
While there are a few more insignificant stars in the full constellation, the Queen constellation is composed of 5 main stars, so I would most likely want this constellation to inspire me to get my 5-star ratings back. But man, is that 5-star rating going to be hard to get back. I'm losing viewers and ratings by the minute. I need to find some methods to appeal to the You Don't Know Jack fanbase. If I can win them, I've pretty much won this episode's entire target audience.
This one's called
I forced that special rare question 6 bumper just for you, fans. That's right, and that'll only be one of many things I'm willing to do to cater to the You Don't Know Jack fanbase. Anything to get out of the red with these mediocre ratings I'm getting. You ever notice how in a lot of custom episodes for this game, the questions the host asks just happen to conveniently be tangentially related to whatever the character is supposedly going through? Anyways, on a completely unrelated note, to get out of the red with the low ratings I'm currently getting on this episode, I need to cater to the diehard You Don't Know Jack fanbase. You still following? Okay. Now if I had my own red panda that could cater to the diehard You Don't Know Jack fanbase, what could I not get it to do due to its anatomical limitations? And also animal cruelty laws as well. Count all 6 You Don't Know Jack volumes on one of its front paws, scratch the You Don't Know Jack logo onto my desk with its claws, wear the You Don't Know Jack logo on its skin, or show its love for You Don't Know Jack with 2 hearts.
No, I'll get this.
The red panda only has 1 heart, not 2. The ratings are going lower than ever before. Perhaps I should have been more subtle, but being subtle is so hard when you have the uncontainable urge to ask a trivia question that's tangentially related to a narrative you never wanted to be a part of. You definitely have to shave it, but the red panda definitely has skin we could decorate. And now you can decorate your own skin using a coupon for an exclusive appointment to have the You Don't Know Jack logo embroidered onto your bare upper chest, courtesy of Skin-Broidery body personalization services, because tattoo designs don't have 3-dimensional texture, but our designs do.
Today's wrong answer of the game gets you another 8,000 on top of your current score. Sweet. Here's one for you.
An unlikely cameo. I'm thinking what the fanbase wants right now is the return of a character they know and love. Someone that can bring comic relief to the disaster that this episode has become. You know, I saw a figure in Old Man's room just earlier. Maybe Old Man can come in for a question?
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that scroody up doodly doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Scroody up doo, I forget.
Yep, he's dead. Yeah, no, Old Man's corpse has just been lying in this abandoned studio for God knows how long. Assuming he died of natural causes at around the average life expectancy for males in 2020, which, let's be real, there's no way that happened. How old would Old Man have been when he died? 69 years, 73 years, 79 years, or 82 years? That's actually the average life expectancy for a woman in 2020. And for you to assume that... Actually, I'm live streaming this episode. Maybe I shouldn't continue this joke. Nice.
Want to see the answer?
The average life expectancy for males in 2020 was around 73 years. The exact decimals depend on where you get your info, but I'm just going to assume that old man was 73 years old when he died. Well, that guest question idea was a bust. Turns out a rotting corpse isn't exactly the most entertaining thing in the world to talk to. How are those ratings going, by the way? 2 stars? That quickly? Oh no, I need to think of something fast.
Follow me down to the sea.
How about
Nostalgia's critic. Maybe I should try something a little more subtle to prey on the older You Don't Know Jack fans. Maybe something from You Don't Know Jack 2011? How about... Alright, some old tunes. That could boost my ratings. Anyways, if I wanted to play You Don't Know Jack 2011 and chill with the 2 actors behind the titular characters of the 2011 film Jack and Jill, who would I end up playing with? Adam Sandler and Rosario Dawson, Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider, or Adam Sandler and Adam Sandler?
time's almost up?
Well, no one said the truth was gonna look this way.
Now pay attention.
The main production gimmick of 2011 film Jack and Jill is that both titular characters, each of opposite sex, were played by the same actor, Adam Sandler. It's a real shame that such a film received an impressive 3% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, that reminds me, how's the Twitch broadcast going? 3 viewers? Oh man, this is the worst my viewership has been since I called my subreddit unfunny. I need to pull off a stunt stat.
Coming up.
Trash talking the haters online. Okay, now to get the attention of the modern You Don't Know Jack fan. How about... Oh, I've got it. You Don't Know Jack full stream's data mining questions are pretty much identical to this question type.
Looking through your trash bag, what's it say about you? Funky trash.
Okay, full stream fans, just pretend the data mining bumper just played. I promise you'll barely tell the difference. Alright, fan service, don't let me down. Things to do live on Saturday night. Hardships of being almost famous. Talk shows to host tonight. Whose trash is this? Sorry, whose search history have we acquired? Paul Rudd, Frasier Kane, Jimmy Fallon, or Binge Pipe? Oh my gosh, Binge Pipe. Say it with me now. Fan service, fan service.
Here's where the money is.
Jimmy Fallon spent his early years in show business performing on Saturday Night Live, starred in the 2000 film Almost Famous, and hosts the late night talk show The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I know that was a pretty easy question, but I had to bite the bullet and write something that would be a You Don't Know Jack full stream reference. And that still did nothing to my ratings? Man, I need to condense as much fan service as I possibly can in this final question. And I have one final trick up my sleeve.
May I introduce...
Elephant, kangaroo, octopus, mustard, peanut, coffee, Teddy Roosevelt, Albert Einstein, Queen Elizabeth, or Dracula, Uranus, Frankenstein?
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Well, that was a mouthful. Let's see if I can keep this up. Would all fit the definition of a biped. Elephant, kangaroo, octopus, mustard, peanut, coffee, Teddy Roosevelt, Albert Einstein, Queen Elizabeth, or Dracula, Uranus, Frankenstein. The term biped means an animal that uses 2 legs for walking, and Teddy Roosevelt, Albert Einstein, and Queen Elizabeth are all, technically speaking, animals that use 2 legs for walking. Well, 3 special question types in one. That's sure to bring the fans back. But at this point, I am really excited to get this Jack Attack done and finally get past this PR nightmare that is this episode.
Open wide for...
The Jack Attack has unfortunately been postponed. So somehow we've made it to question 11 and there is no Jack Attack in sight. One of my 2 remaining viewers has demanded that I do not continue to the Jack Attack until I address my wrongdoings and apologize to all You Don't Know Jack fans. How this demand managed to completely alter the structure of the game is beyond me, probably plot reasons, but you know what? I've been harsh and I need to address that. Let me begin my apology. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Damn it! I can't believe I actually said that. What is wrong with me? Can I start my apology over? I don't want to look like, you know, Logan Paul, Colleen Bollinger, James Charles, or the Fine Brothers. Well, truth be told, I don't want to look like either of these, but I'm talking specifically right now. What made you think this was right? The toxic gossip train? Consider your score slayed, queen. Do you mind if I record your reaction to this?
Were you thinking of this one?
After YouTuber Logan Paul filmed and uploaded a video featuring a deceased individual hanging from a tree in Suicide Forest, Logan Paul addressed the controversy in arguably one of the most infamous apology videos to date, which started off with the message, "I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment," which is why I really don't want to be associated with him in such a vulnerable moment. Okay, I swear I have no idea what came over me when I said that. Is it okay if I start my apology over? I'd like to make my own apology video to address my behavior. Now, unfortunately I don't remember which button records the studio camera feed and which one starts the jack attack. Well, here goes nothing. Time to apologize.
Here's your clue.
And for that, I'm terribly sorry. Wait, I started the jack attack instead? No one heard my apology? Okay, I guess your clue is Shady Corporation's binge pipe reference? Oh man. Find the shady corporation associated with these pieces of media. Also, I'm so sorry, I wrote this jack attack before my apology. No hard feelings?
That's all she wrote!
Well, I only have one viewer left and my ratings have gone to 0. But you know what? I'm thankful for you, Player One. You stuck by my side and played all my questions despite everything, and for that, I commend you. And for my one other viewer, I'd like to say, wait, is that one viewer my alt account? Seriously? Well, it's with a heavy heart that I must say that this player count has successfully outnumbered my current viewers on Twitch. But you guys all stuck it out and played all my questions when no one else would even watch. And through all the hardship, I'd like to call you all friends. So, now that we're all friends, who wants to help me carry old man's corpse?